In a world that frequently makes us feel far from everything and everyone, it's common that some individuals don't understand how to manage these feelings and, as a consequence, find themselves pulled into sadness. But have you ever considered that these periods of being alone are not random, but are intentionally set by the universe for deep motives? What if, in these seemingly solitary and unconnected times, there were secret chances waiting to be found? So today, let's explore that solitude and aim to comprehend why the universe might be steering you into isolation and what priceless life lessons could be hidden in these experiences. Feeling isolated is a tough emotion, but on the other hand, a singular chance. It's an opportunity to foster a true friendship with yourself. In this phase of being alone, the universe is pushing you, sometimes strongly, to appreciate your own presence. It may seem overused, but the finest companionship you can develop is with yourself when solitary. There are no interruptions, no outside ideas or opinions to cloud your internal conversation. In solitude, you can listen to yourself more distinctly. It's a time when you begin to ask yourself, who am I when nobody is watching? What do I genuinely enjoy? What are my dreams, fears, and wishes? It's a golden opportunity to really know ourselves, for the answers we search for most often are already inside us. The more we are at ease with our true selves, the less we rely on outside approval, just like I mentioned in the prior video. And loneliness fits perfectly into this reconnection with our true self. When surrounded by others, we tend to adopt their views, habits, and even dreams, turning ourselves into what they expect us to be. But in solitude, the universe provides us with a moment of peace, of connection, urging us to recognize our own dreams, goals, and even give us clearness in our thoughts. As I said, it's a perfect time to question our convictions, wishes, and ambitions without being swayed by others. Try to take a moment to really examine the truths you've come to accept. Check if they are in harmony with who you fundamentally are. Perhaps without realizing it, you've been living by someone else's standards for too long. Solitude offers a chance to rediscover your own beliefs, the ones that truly echo with your core, and replace any that you might have taken on from others. It's essentially like a cleansing for the soul, a transformative path that brings you back to your genuine self. Discovering how resilient we are is an eye-opener when being resilient is the only choice we have. Being alone goes beyond a spiritual routine. It grows into a key life skill. Within our seclusion, we learn the art of tackling our issues on our own, making decisions, and truly looking after our well-being. This independence is like enrolling in a class for self-reliance. From this, as we steer through life's complexities with our newly found self-assurance, a fresh sense of independence emerges. We are not constricted by a need for others to complete us or resolve our challenges. The purpose of isolation from the universe isn't to turn us into hermits. It is preparation for unconditional affection, strong friendships, and robust family bonds. This love turns into a force attracting life-changing relationships. From this type of love, we draw in those who enrich our lives instead of complicating them. Interacting with others turns into a more meaningful and truthful experience. It's the path to not only affection, but to a deep and sincere bond. When we feel the sincerity of a real connection, every encounter is valued. We cherish the person and our bond. Here is where human connections become tangible. Yet at the same time, we don't confine ourselves to just that. The understanding we acquire during our alone time leads us to discern what we will accept in our lives and what we won't tolerate. This period of isolation also teaches us what self-respect means. As we learn our true worth, we stand solid, letting no one belittle us. This newfound confidence gives us the power to establish distinct boundaries, an expression of self-love that benefits all involved. Implementing healthy boundaries makes our relationships balanced and in tune. As a consequence, we craft an environment where mutual regard and affection can not just coexist, but also prosper. As I've stated in other videos here on the channel, setting these boundaries is not selfishness. It's a form of self-love that spreads benefits across all our relationships. Against the common notion that spending time alone reduces our understanding of others, loneliness paradoxically enhances this capacity. Consider this: how can anyone comprehend the intricacies of another individual's feelings if they haven't grasped their own? When we are isolated, having our solitude spells, we get to know our own foibles, strengths, desires, and dreads intimately. This in-depth self-awareness is the first essential step towards empathizing with others. The more we nurture a relationship with ourselves, the emotional intelligence needed to handle the twists and turns of human relationships blossoms. It's a clear equation. We can only share what we possess. Only when our internal supply of love and kindness is abundant can we freely give it to others. Time spent alone is a chance to replenish your inner well, grow self-love and self-care. By adoring yourself, you set a standard for how you wish and deserve to be loved. This transformation not only makes you a better partner, but also a more understanding, empathetic, and supportive friend or relative. As a result, our interactions transform from obligatory exchanges to moments of joy and genuine connection. Because the love we share is real and boundless, it leads to a chain reaction of positivity in our interactions. In your isolation, you might wonder why it seems as if God or the universe has set you on a path of apparent solitude. The disappointment and discouragement that come with such times might obscure a deeper significance. What if this phase wasn't a sign of abandonment, but rather a divine invitation? The universe could be isolating you purposely, not to leave you adrift, but as a chance to deepen your spiritual ties. Wrapped in quiet, free from interruptions and outside pressures, you stand on the edge of the divine. In this silence, a truth emerges, one that might have eluded you before. You are never truly by yourself. The universe, God, or whatever greater power you believe in, is there, ready to help you along your path. Notice how solitude motivates you to pursue activities that feed your soul, whether it's prayer, meditation, or delving into holy texts like the Bible, for example. You're not pushed by duty. Instead, you're drawn in, finding resonance with something deep within you. Through these spiritual practices, you find a peace that's hard to understand, a kind of calm that's unreachable in larger company or short-lived gratifications. This peace becomes your stronghold, a powerful source always at hand, no matter where life leads you. With increased sensitivity, you're better able to notice signs and messages from the divine that you might have missed before. They often come subtly, through a chance encounter, a dream, or an instantaneous insight. Because of your closer spiritual relationship, you're more receptive to these divine signals. These messages are not random, they're recognized as guidance from above, nudging you in a direction that resonates with your soul, a path in harmony with your deepest desires, your principles, who you are at your core. While being alone can be trying, view this time as a gift, not an escape from life's challenges, but a means to rise above them through a stronger connection with the divine. In this sanctified quietude, we get the chance to untangle life's complications as partners with the divine. We are expressions of the divine, and the universe, in its wisdom, beckons you to embrace this divine connection, overcoming obstacles through an enhanced bond that unveils the splendor of every moment of life, even those filled with resilience. As I always say, tests and setbacks are not punishments. They're mileposts on our journey towards personal development. The universe might be giving us a break, not to break us down, but to build up our toughness and perseverance. Hardship teaches us that troubles are not roadblocks. Rather, they're detours guiding us toward deeper self-understanding. During these times, I encourage you to acknowledge the hurt, but also to identify and trust the innate strength within you. Seize the chance to cultivate a resilient spirit capable of confronting life's tempests with poise and levity. Sometimes the universe intervenes to change your direction, leading you toward personal enhancement. When life seems to hit pause, it's a cue that maybe a change is necessary. Use your alone time to reassess your ambitions, dreams, and aspirations, and reflect on whether you're truly on the path that aligns with your purpose. The universe might be steering you to a journey that resonates more sincerely with your spirit, and you might not even be aware of it. We often dash through life, chasing future dreams or ruminating on bygone regrets. But in moments of detachment, you have the chance to recognize the wonder of the present. Solitude enables us to mend, a process the universe orchestrates to help heal our hearts, mending the scars embedded in our spirit. The profound wounds of life, the traumas, often go untreated, shadowing our engagements, hopes, desires, and even self-image. But it's important to realize that the universe, the divine, God, understands every struggle intimately. It recognizes that unaddressed trauma can tarnish the wonderful existence destined for us. While some still speculate that sometimes the trauma we battle with might extend beyond our personal experiences, perhaps being ancestral or generational, or it might be deeply woven into the experiences of this life or even a past life. These layers of pain, whether shared through family lines or distinctively personal, need our undivided attention, which is most effectively given in the quiet of being alone. When we begin a spiritual awakening, it's as though the universe has selected us to be the ones to break the ongoing cycle of suffering. In that instant of enlightenment, you may ask yourself, why me? Why now? The answer is simpler than you think, because you are prepared. You possess the awareness and spiritual apparatus not just to confront these traumas, but also to mend them. In the solitude of our lives, we become the ones who halt the cycle, transforming years or perhaps ages of anguish into lessons and, most importantly, into wisdom. So, my friends, trust in this process, have confidence in it, and above all, believe in your capability and the power within you. Your loneliness is an offering towards a mended self, a restored lineage, in a world that so desperately yearns for the illumination you've worked so hard to uncover. But always remember, on the other side of this journey, you'll realize that you were never truly on your own. Instead, you are continually enfolded in the loving embrace of the divine, who trusts in your strength and your capacity to shine.